to the Wager Makers Podcast with Webb and Schmidt.
Brick by brick, baby. I'm freaking out, Webb.
I was told there'd be no man. Stupidity's going to be an asset. What a bunch of crybabies.
Hello, my name is Steve Smith, and this is Rob Weber. Say hey, Webb.
Hello. What's up, Smith?
Hey, Webb. I'm Smith. That's Webb. We are the Wager Makers. Thank you all for joining us. This is episode 137. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. We're a day late on the Thanksgiving podcast, but have a lot to be thankful for, Webb, especially the winners we had yesterday. We
Couple of breaks, baby.
Put them on Facebook and Instagram and on sportswatchmonitor.com. Went 3-1 yesterday. Had started out the day bad. We had the over in the Lions-Bills game. It was looking good. They were over 30 points in the first half.
Yep.
And then things in the third quarter came to a screeching halt, and it was like, oh, here we go.
Yep.
And we almost got at the end. We were thinking, oh, with this tie, maybe we can get a little little something into overtime or whatever. And no, Bills went right down the field and got the field goal, and we came up a few points short. But then we had the over in Dallas, which that came down to the wire, but the G-men came through. And then we had Mississippi State in the Egg Bowl. Got that done in the rain. We just kind of generally wanted to bet against Lane Kiffin. So we did that and got a winner. And then my play of the day, which I even took in the Porter picks for $200 this week, was the Vikings. So we went 3-1.
That was hairy,
took all we could. Took all we could. It was one of those games, Webb, just seems like it usually goes against you like that. You get all the calls against you. You're battling. But this one seemed like every time there was a crucial call or penalty or something, went the Vikings' way. They had
certainly in that game, it damn sure did. Yep.
One of those late hits against the wide receiver in the end zone, or not, in the red zone. They kind of kept the drive going on Thielen at one point. They had a roughing the punter that kept the drive going. I think that led to points. They had a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Yep.
One of those games, it just everything was going like we're only laying 2.5. Like at home on this night game, let's get this going. Mac Jones was looking like Tom Brady.
He looked real good
for a while. I don't know. I was like, I'm not expecting them to put up 30 points by the third quarter or whatever it was. And actually they took that when I texted you, they took that touchdown away. That was the one that there's another one. They have a touchdown and it's really, really, really close call. And they took it away from them on the goal line there.
I don't know what's going on with the referee. That was another break for us. I mean, all the games we needed some help to get it done. We should have, the one that we had kind of in the bag was the Buffalo game, and it didn't even work out.
Right.
They got to figure out something with the referees, man. I don't know what's going on in the National Football League. I've been on this soapbox for 100. What is this? Episode 145 or something like
137 that? Today. 137.
All right, so I've been on the soapbox for like 137 episodes. It feels like you have to hire full-time referees. It's billions of dollars. The corporation owns a day of the week. You play from August until February. Give the guys a month off and have them run clinics for high school and college the rest of the time that they're off. It's a full-time fucking job. I followed, I don't know if Des Bryant, I do Twitter for the show, and Des Bryant's still on there complaining. He said, how many years later against the Green Bay, we still don't know what a catch is. The Cowboys game, the Cowboys are undisciplined. That's another soapbox I could get on, but they had 11 penalties, and the other team had, I think, 7. That's 18 penalties on the premier Thanksgiving game. This is the fourth time that this crew had a team with more than 10, not just 10 plus penalties. So clearly there's something how can that officiating crew see something different that the officiating crew for the 1 o'clock didn't? Are the Cowboys and the Giants that much worse?
Right.
For penalties than the other 28, the other 3 teams that play? It was almost unwatchable. I even sent a text to you and Scott. We like, dude, what the fuck? Every play every other play there's a penalty, and then there's a dude on the ground getting hurt. So I don't know. CD Lamb, that was a touchdown in the back of the end zone, and then the break against us that we got. What did the guy do? How is it not a touchdown? What did Hunter Henry do wrong? I can't even. I was happy, needless to say, but it was like, what do you got to do? And what's the rule? Like, what's a catch and what is not?
And they called that one a catch on the field. So it wasn't even like,
right.
I mean, so it's got to be pretty obvious to turn. It was the ball, I don't know, it was moving a little bit as he hit the ground or whatever the fuck, but come on, man.
So
we don't know. But I'm very thankful. I have a lot to be thankful for today.
Yeah, well, listen, I was
some of those
too.
calls last night, I think, were
but enough of bitching about the fucking referees. Fuck that. I mean, fuck Lane Kiffin too. So now today, I think even before the game, he wasn't even sure if he was leaving. And then I think I saw something this morning, and it said that he thinks he's staying. So, how about they just fucking fire him? Like, well, I don't understand how this team or this whatever, the staff or the whatever can just, the dean can let this shit, the university president let this shit win. And why, if you're Auburn, why would you hire him?
Right. If you're Auburn, what do you think you're doing? All you're going to do is hire the guy that's going to want to play, that's going to want to coach Alabama or something. When
whatever,
like your arch rival. He's going to want to go to.
Right.
The minute the job's open, he's going to be calling, hey, you guys looking for somebody in that spot?
Or the minute you have any success, he's going to leave. Like, as soon as if he doesn't, I'll miss a pretty decent team. As soon as he gets it kind of turned around and you get to 9 wins or whatever it is, he's gonna leave. So what's the why?
Right. He'll never get you over the top because he won't commit long enough to do it.
Right.
But he'll get you back to 8-4 every fucking year.
Right. Yep.
It's just you're like, all right, we're really gaining some momentum here, and as soon as that happens, he's
going to leave. Yep.
Or you start hearing rumors about how he's interested in this job or that job, and things aren't. I think it was probably 6 months ago. He's like, how happy he is in Oxford, Mississippi, just the greatest place ever.
And then is Auburn that's a better job than Ole Miss?
I think barely.
Right, maybe.
But you're already 8-4 at Ole Miss.
Right.
They're in the dregs right now. You got to
start
do it again.
Over. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, he's making dudes. I'm sure they're paying him money. If it's money, just say, dude, give me a fucking raise so I don't have to worry about this shit. And of course they're going to do it.
Right. And is it? I'm sure he making. I don't know what his contract is.
He's definitely
but he gets top dog money.
Right,
he gets top dog money.
He's making money. Right. He's
top dog SEC. Top dog SEC.
He's not underpaid.
Please come to our school at the SEC money.
Right. Already. When he gets fired, he doesn't have to work again a day in his life.
Right.
Money.
He's the only one who quits everywhere he goes.
Right.
He's just stupid enough to quit.
Right.
So anyway, Webb, one real quick with the pools. I think there's only 2 weeks left, right? There's this week, and I think next week is included on our college pick'em pool.
I believe you are correct.
Also, we will be getting the college. That means we're college bowl season. We'll be getting the college bowl pick'em going. I'll try and get that up and rolling on the computer this week so that we can start getting people signed up. Because bowl season, I mean, that's 2 weeks of like once the season's over, we get into the shit bowls and they're all on the pool.
That's probably like the 14th or something.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a couple weeks away.
Yep. So we'll get that rolling. But man, I want to shout out a lot of people doing good in this pool. But goddamn, Rev G, dude,
yeah,
he's won another year, and he went 9-1 last week. I think it's not even his first 9-1, if I'm not mistaken. He's unbelievable.
I missed him yesterday. I was over at Frank's house. He wasn't there. I tried to bump into him, but he had left already.
72-48 against the spread is Rev G this year. Unbelievable.
Wow. Hey, that's good. What percentage is that? Let's do some quick math there.
Well, I'm guessing that's 120. All right, hold on. What's 70? What did I say?
48 divided by
72 right? Plus 48 equals 120. So it's 70.
No, what are you
65%. 65%.
Add them together. Why are you adding them together?
Because you want to know how many games there are. If you want to know the percentage, you got to know how many games there are first.
Yeah. All right, that's a lot. Yeah, gotcha.
It's been a while, and you put me on a spot, and I think I got it right. I think it's 65%.
That's a good number. That's a very good number.
That's a great number.
He should have a show.
We should have him on.
Right.
We should have him on.
We should have him on for the bowls. Well, maybe he'll.
Maybe he'll spread his knowledge for free.
Yeah.
That might be a good idea.
I don't know.
He might not want to give it up. He's winning $500 every time he turns around.
He might not. Right. That's great.
All right, so Webb, we got to talk about this real quick. The World Cup. Once again, every 4 years.
Yep.
Really, they didn't. Not as much last time because the USC didn't even make it to the World Cup last year. There's 32 teams, 32 countries in the world that make it to the World Cup. The USA was not one of them last year.
Again, how's that possible? That's worse than the Jets and Giants being bad or the Knicks.
Right. Yeah, way worse. Way worse. 32. We can't be. We should be as good as 32 countries at any.
Right. We should be as good as like a country that's the size of Delaware.
It's bad enough. I don't even think we're good at top 32 of math anymore. But at least at soccer, we should be fucking.
Right. I'm not sure we're top 232 countries. Period.
Every 4 years, Webb, they try and drag me into this. I was 8 years old, Webb, and the baseball in Freehold, New Jersey. I think you couldn't start playing baseball until you were 8, if I'm not mistaken. 8 or 9.
7.
All right, but there was no T-ball. There was no T-ball at the time.
There was not.
So you had to start in the Colonial League.
I was on the Eagles with Dave O'Dude at 7 years old.
I was on the Pirates.
No, the Eagles. Yeah, and then I was on the Bears.
But you could play soccer. I didn't have a lot of interest in soccer, but you could play soccer like before you could join up for baseball. So I was all in. So I was all in.
Play soccer way younger. Yeah.
And at that time, I guess that's talking about 1977, 1978, Webb. And I was hearing from everyone how soccer is going to be taking over the United States. So just mayhem taking over the United States.
Right.
I've been hearing it for how is that 45 years. We got to do math again. 45 years ago.
Yeah.
45 years ago, I've been hearing about it. And first of all, we don't even call it the same name as we do as the whole rest of the countries in the world do.
Right.
Second of all, every 4 years they pull me in. I'm like, dude, I don't do the soccer thing. I watched a couple games the other day. It was nothing, and both teams were pretty happy with that. Pretty satisfied with that. 1-1. Oh yeah, it was good outing for the whatever the fuck team. You know, USA had. So I watched. So all of a sudden, the frenzy's beginning again. Webb, I'm getting calls. Yeah. I'm getting calls about. Hey, do you have a spot we can watch the game on Friday? You know, at the bars.
Wait, what are you looking for? No, the Georgia game's on.
Fucking Florida State's at night. Yeah, we should be good. Fucking, you know the Michigan, Ohio State. That's Saturday.
Right.
Saturday.
Saturday, dude. Yeah. Right.
No, we got spots. I walk into the bar. I think it was first day was Monday. I walked into the bar Monday, maybe at noonish, pretty early for there to be people hanging out, and there's people like with jerseys on and shit. I'm like, what the fuck's going on here, you know? So, needless to say, I have plans now with you. First of all, USA England obviously doesn't get bigger than this.
No,
in the USA soccer world, the USA,
right.
You know, ever since we fucking gave the fucking finger to the king and threw tea into the fucking harbor in Boston.
76.
Yeah. Ever since that happened, this is obviously a rival. This is the one chance England can get to fucking beat up on the U.S. every time they get right. But they pulled me back in, Webb. I got plans. I'm going 1:00 today to Turtle Bay to watch the game, and
do you have a seat? I was told I got dudes there. It's 11:30 here in Jersey. I was told last night dudes are getting to the bar. It's Darcy. It's called the bar. Lynch knows it. Everybody, Jeffrey, they all know. It's over there in Bradley. It's known for a soccer bar. Right. Like this is where soccer guys. A buddy dude I play darts with. He's we call him Irish Mike, but he's from England. So he goes there at like 8:00 in the morning every Sunday to watch whatever the Premier League or whatever the fuck it is. So I was told he's getting there at 9, so he's been there for 2 hours now. And I people ask me too, but we got to go earlier. Tell me we got to get there at least by 11 to get a seat,
to get a spot at all. To hang out at all.
11:30, 4, and I'm sitting at my kitchen table. That tells you where I'm at with this soccer bullshit. But I will go. I will head over. Like I said, I'll go there. But them motherfuckers, and then when they get up, I'll take their seat. That's my plan.
Right. So yeah. So for those that know, this is Friday morning. We're doing this show right now. It's a couple hours away. So I'm committed now to going. I'm going to watch the USA England. I'm a fan of competition.
Right.
I love good but So I don't know if you've seen this. In the middle of the night, they got this like World Cup recap show on. It comes on Fox, and it's hot chick, obviously in the middle,
of course.
Talking, and then this other guy that's a former USA player. Right. But the twist and Ocho Cinco, Webb, Chad Johnson. Apparently, he's a huge soccer nut, huge football. He even calls it football. Huge soccer nut. Chad Ocho. The Cincinnati Bengal. I know what you're thinking. You think, oh, there must be some other Chad Ochocinco. No, it's not another Chad Ochocinco. It's Chad Johnson from the Cincinnati Bengals. And he
the dude who changed his name. The human being an adult man who changed his name to Ocho Cinco and made them put it on the back of his professional.
And I'm not even fucking kidding. And then they throw Landon Donovan. I've heard of him before, and a couple other guys on as like special guests. But Chad Ochocinco is sitting on the desk the whole fucking time with the hot chick and the hot chick with an accent and the American soccer guy.
Right.
So, and they're going over, and Chad Ochocinco, he's going to different games all over Qatar and reporting back of what it's like and everything. So, but anyway, long story short, they pulled me back in. If I go fucking to the bar today and spend 2 fucking hours, and it's a 1-1 fucking tie, and everybody leaves satisfied, I'm never watching this fucking shit again.
Well, let me first of all, I have a question for you. This is not the first time I've done something like this. So how do I show up at 1:00 with $100 on England and not like fucking blatantly root against the USA?
I'm just going to do it quietly.
Okay.
Because I'm putting I think it's at minus 170 when I saw
it. Went up
last.
to 200 this morning.
Oh, it's 200. Yeah. It was 170 a couple days ago, and I was like, man, this is a free money. This is free. First of all, Webb, explain to me. So it can't be a draw, correct? If I take England.
Yes. Let me see. Hold on one second. Let me pull it up. If
I feel like a draw is a loser. Like you can bet a draw.
Yes, but if you bet, let's just say you bet England minus 200 and it ends 1-1, you lose. So basically,
exactly.
you could bet.
That's what I meant by it can't be a draw. That's what I meant.
Right. There's no push.
There's no push. You're betting on 1/3. There's 3 bets you can make.
Correct. One of the teams or a draw.
And the problem is, Webb, last night I'm watching and they bring in the experts, and a couple of experts from the U.S. said they should really rest a few players in this game. And I'm like, so they got. I'm learning. I'm trying to learn.
What do you mean?
There's all these 4-team groups.
Yes.
And the top 2 teams of each group move on to. Then it'll be like an elimination round after that.
I thought this is so. Isn't this just pool play for seeding? I thought you can't.
No. Here's what happens. I think this is what I think.
There's
all these 4-team things, and the top 2. Oh, but if it's just but I think the top 2 of each 4 move on to the next round. That's what I think.
So
that's
that's not what I was told.
Okay,
but
we will have to.
Don't quote me on that.
Yeah.
I was told this is pool play, so it didn't really matter if you won or lost, but you wanted to win, obviously, to get the higher seed to play.
I think the impression I'm under is that you have the 4 teams and you play the other 3, and then the top 2 that come. And that's why. So the U.S. supposedly they played a great first half and was up 1-0, and then they gave up a goal again. So they get 1 point, but Wales gets 1 point.
Right.
And then Iran has 0 and England has 3 because they won. It's the 3-point system for a win, 1 point for tie, and so
that's not what I was told. I was at the gym watching it with the guy, and I'm like, "What happens if they lose?" And he said nothing. So,
all right,
whatever. Who knows? Who cares? Bottom line, we'll find out.
I'm going to ask somebody at the bar today. Hopefully, somebody knows and are just not there painted red, white, and blue and don't know what the fuck's going on. Because somebody told them when they were 10 that soccer is going to take over the fucking world.
Right. It's still, and we have a league. Does anyone even know that there's a professional soccer league in the U.S., men and women? Does anyone know? I think
New Orleans is getting a team pretty soon, but who knows? I thought I heard that on the news the other day.
All right, here's the line: England -1, minus 120, 200 the money line. The over under is 2.5.
Wait, say that again. To over under is 2.5.
Correct. So. If you're that's
1-1's a loser. 1-1's a loser.
That tells you right there that there's going to be maybe 3 goals scored at the
USA is plus what?
Plus 600.
Plus 600.
You get USA +1 at even money, plus 600. England -1 goal, minus 120, or the money line on England's minus 200. The over under is 2.5, and the draw is plus 330.
Jeez. Well, maybe I will take a flyer on the U.S. and just fucking for plus 600. But I think free money, Webb, is England's win. England's win.
I don't think the bet to me, as I see this, is whack England and then just cover your ass with, and then put a little small on the draw, because the U.S. ain't fucking winning the game, dude.
Right. They couldn't beat Wales. I don't even know where Wales is, but
Right.
it's kind of like England. As far as
like
I know, it's kind of like
Delaware.
England.
It's like the Delaware or Rhode Island of England.
Right.
And the USA, the entire USA was like over the moon with the fucking draw.
With a tie.
It was like USA versus Russia in hockey. A draw with literally like it's the size of New Orleans.
All right. So every year, I just feel like I'm getting let down. I'm getting like, all right, I'm gonna go. Look, I'm once again. I'm 52 years old. Since I was 8, every 4 years ago. Well, I'll give him a shot. I'll give this a shot.
Right,
I'll give it a shot. We're USA guys. We're rooting for US. We like USA.
It's Christmas time.
Yeah, I mean, you got to pay the bills. Man, got to pay the bills. We're gamblers, Webb. We're rooting.
Yeah.
I like this. I wouldn't be. It would like a draw, Webb. If I lost $100,
Right.
well, in this case, I would probably lose 200.
Right.
And USA won. We'd be like, okay, well, that's a draw. That's kind of like a draw.
Yes, correct.
I know what soccer fans felt like. I was like,
look at this, bro. This is what I was looking for. England scored 6 goals against Iran. That's like the equivalent of 200 points in a football game.
Right.
And Spain, who we have, is that Croatia? I don't know. They beat CRC 7-0. So that's the equivalent of like I don't even know. That's incalculable to create to convert 7 soccer goals into it's like 20 runs in a baseball game or 30 runs in a baseball game.
Right. And then for those that don't know, we're in a little pool where we got somehow I have Ghana and I have Uruguay and we have Spain and we have Brazil. And from what I've been listening to the last, Spain and Brazil are legit. Like they have. Well,
I think Brazil's like the number. Argentina's the favorite, but they lost.
Right,
so
they lost to Saudi Arabia.
That's what I'm saying, but they're not out.
No, they're not out because that was the first game of this pool of 4 where you can, you know what I'm saying? Let's say they win their next 2 games.
Oh, now I got it.
They're not eliminated.
Now it all makes sense. Okay.
There's 4 teams, and they play 3 games, and the 2 teams with the most points after those 3 games moves on to the next section.
You're right. That guy was right in the gym, and you were right. Now I get it.
Right. So Argentina can come back and win the next 2 games and get 6 points.
Right.
And probably be fine.
Right.
Yeah. What happens if they lose nothing, but in 2 more games they might be done.
Right. You can't keep losing. Right. Okay. Now I get it. Good.
So I have Ghana, Brazil, Uruguay, and even Brazil won yesterday 2-0 over Serbia. So we got Spain and Brazil. That's solid. That's solid. Out of a random draw. That's 2. And that's 2 teams I have a problem rooting for.
Right, exactly.
Who doesn't love Brazilian and Spanish women? I mean, and there's even pictures on the internet of them like soccer fans.
Of course there is. I told you we were in a place on Bourbon Street for Polish's bachelor party. I don't know how many years ago that was now, but there was a employee of the establishment running around with a Brazilian soccer jersey on. I think Reed in particular would probably remember. But so yes, 2 very good. We got that's high level, those 2 that we got.
Yeah. Maybe not favorites, but certainly any expert, especially Ocho Cinco, would say they have a chance to win. They have a chance to win. I'm going to get a screenshot of this show to the next time I'm watching it because I'm up late and I'm flipping around like, let me see what's going on with this. Let me get this little analysis of the soccer. Football.
Yeah, football. Fucking funny.
So anyway, there's my take on soccer. We'll see how it turns. Hey, maybe I'll leave a converted, maybe 4 hours from now, Webb. I'm going to be a converted man. I'm going to be a converted.
Maybe you'll pull next show next week. You'll be painted red, white, and blue like a red, white, and blue soccer ball.
Yep. You never know. Who knows? Yep. We'll see how it goes. But again, they might. I really think that the England is going to dominate this game.
I would agree.
What do I? But you can tell from our analysis already? I really don't know anything about it other than that. If we're talking about a tea party. A revolution. We got Minutemen. That's us. Colonials.
Basketball,
if you're talking about hoops, football, American football, FOOT, ball.
Yeah, even hockey. Any basically almost anything except for like cricket or polo.
Right. And soccer. We're not gonna. You got us. You got us, England.
Now I have another question since you're my soccer guy. You mentioned that they should rest players to play for next game, and if I'm not mistaken, they have Iran next. Is that correct?
Right. So I think they're thinking, why go out there and bust your ass for 0 points and have a chance of somebody getting hurt or whatever for next game when you already got the 1 point for against Wales, and you can go out and make sure you get the 3 against Iran, then you'd have 4 points.
All right.
That's their thing.
And so they're worried about the Iran team that this England team just beat 7-4.
Yeah. They want to make sure.
And again, we did the conversion, what 7 goals means. Well, I mean, 4 goals is a lot, too. That seems like a lot. But I wonder if they weren't resting the goalie. But I don't know. Whatever.
Right at that point. Once it got to 7, did they make some subs?
Right.
Probably.
Right.
All right.
So could they have scored 14? I mean, were they just like, listen, just stand here.
All right. So that's our take on the World Cup. They're pulling us back in again. A few hours from now, I could leave saying, if I talk about the World Cup again in my life, but we are in a pool where we have a few teams,
Yes,
so I'll probably
that
will force me to keep
track.
track.
The smartest things that you like. You saw it before I did. And I'm like, listen, it's going to be huge news. Even my nephew, who he plays lacrosse a little bit. And he's all into it. He's like, "What are you doing for the game?" I'm like, I didn't even know you knew there was a game.
Right. So USA, England, and so apparently this group of 4 schedule has been made up for months, because this guy that called me about the USA, England, the first one of the dudes called me a month ago and said, "Listen, the Black Friday." USA first. I'm like, "Look, dude, just come. Bring your 12 people. We'll make sure." This was a month ago. I'm like, I'm pretty sure we'll be good at 1 on Friday, Black Friday.
Right. I'll take care of you. Yeah, no problem.
I'll make sure.
Don't worry.
I will personally make sure that you have a spot. That's kind of where we're at. And then, so that's our take on the World Cup. We'll get more maybe next week, depending on how this goes. It may go bad. It may go bad by next week, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Webb, let's get to our picks for this week without further ado.
All right, let's hit it. All right, how do you want to start? Let me just throw.
We'll start with college. There's some games today, but we're going to be late on some of them. I kind of like Baylor getting a bunch of points.
Plus 10. I got that written down. But probably that starts at noon. That's not going to happen. I should let me take that real quick. And I also like Eastern Michigan at noon -1. Those are my 2.
Oh wow, okay. That's my Central Michigan is my team over there, but they're having a rough year. So we'll
I think that's Eastern Michigan is I think Ohio's the best team, but they're right behind them. North Carolina, NC State over. It's like relatively low at 50.
Yeah, it's low. Is somebody hurt? Is their quarterback hurt or something?
NC State has got injuries. That's what it is. So I think they're worried.
I'll take over NC. I mean, I'll take that.
All right.
And what about the Florida State? Florida's getting a lot of points. I know Florida's down, but this is 10. Somebody's laying Florida 10.
10. Yeah, Florida State. I just they've been weird. Florida's been weird for years. I don't know. I'm going to stay away, but that's up to you.
Okay, that's fine. Well, we got 3 today. Baylor, Eastern Michigan.
I got another one. I love it. Okay. It's actually a Jimmy Porter pick as well. UCLA -11.5 in Cal.
Okay. Let's roll with that.
That's all for today, I think, right?
Yep.
Is it 25th? Yeah, okay. Next, I have – this is an interesting one, Smith. I am going with East Carolina, finally. I'm going the other way on them. They're -10 at Temple, yeah.
Okay.
I have Illinois written down here. I believe they're playing Northwestern. It is on the road, playing 14.5. I like that. And then I like Wake Forest in Duke -3.5. And then I have 2 more.
Okay.
I have TCU -10.
Oh.
I am on the TCU squad. They just don't seem to be able to lose a game. No matter what
they had every chance to lose last week. Baylor screwed that up, Webb. How many times do I have to say, Webb?
Yeah.
There's never not enough time. TCU, Baylor had the ball. Yeah. Instead of trying to get a first down, they think, "Oh, we'll make you burn the timeouts." I thought we were going to get burned with the Vikings last night too, but it didn't work out. But
that's a home. I mean, that's a home game for TCU. What's Iowa State's record is not good.
No,
so I like TCU, and this last one will make you happy. I'm contemplating putting this as one of my Porter picks as well. LSU is going to murder. Who the fuck are they playing?
A&M.
Yes.
Right.
This is an easy bet for just even on the personal ridiculous, even though I do not like Brian Kelly, but what's going on at A&M is a travesty. And LSU needs
style points
points.
even.
It is on the road, which gives me a second of pause, but then I got over it. So
I'm cool with that. Couple other big games. Obviously, a big game we can talk about a little bit. Webb, the Ohio State, Michigan, but
-8.
Yeah, I think maybe Michigan's like best running back might be out. I remember
that dude got hurt, and that changed the entire game for them.
Yeah,
I don't like Michigan. Ohio State's going to win. I'll tell you that. I would not bet Michigan to just fuck Michigan.
I'm cool with punting on this and just watching a rivalry game for the sake of watching a rivalry game. Other games, South Carolina at Clemson.
I like Clemson.
Man, I called you about South Carolina last week, and you told me off of it, and they had the big upset. Biggest upset of the day.
63 points. Yeah, that's 14.5. Clemson is in the hunt here for this to get in the playoff, believe it or not. I don't know. That's if you want to take the points, that's fine. Clemson doesn't really blow teams out. They're not.
I think I'll take the points in this one. ACC versus SEC matchup. I'll take 14 points or whatever it is. Alabama Auburn.
Yeah, let me find it.
Man, that's 22 points. To me, I mean, if it was any other team, but the 5 and 6 Auburn, because it was a rivalry. I think the only reason it's 22 is because it's a rivalry.
Yeah. Michigan game is 8 and 55.5 in Ohio State. That's in Ohio State. Michigan. That's fuck that.
I think we take Alabama in a blowout city.
I got no problem doing that. Yeah, 22. Yep.
And then other big games, we got Michigan State at Penn State. That's a big number.
Hold on one second. That's the Alabama game. It's 22 and 50. So they're telling you right there that Auburn is not going to score
any at all.
Right. Yep. Okay. Yep. I like
another big game, Notre Dame and USC.
I'm not betting Notre Dame, so don't even fucking say it. I'm vetoing it.
All right. I'll be rooting for Notre Dame, though, because it's going to help LSU out if USC gets a loss. Same with and look, we'll go with Scott Wheatley a little bit. He loves Tennessee this week. I know their quarterback is out. I know Vanderbilt has won 2 games in a row for the first time in probably since they told me soccer was going to be something. But I think Tennessee's can't they have enough horses to win by 2 touchdowns no matter who the quarterback is against Vanderbilt?
I would think. And they have more than, the kid Hooker was playing. It sucks for him. He would have been right there for the Heisman. He was playing well, but they got more than one dude. So
right. Let's add Tennessee to the list. So we got today we got Baylor, Eastern Michigan over North Carolina, UCLA, Tennessee, ECU, Illinois, Wake Forest, TCU, LSU, SC, and Bama.
Yep.
All right. Let's move it to the NFL.
I did not see too much there. The one game, let me just shut it off. Sorry. I like Seattle, the Seahawks -3.5. I know that they're at home. I didn't see too much else. Let me pull up the real lines here.
Yep. We'll try and buy that to 3.
Yep,
Seahawks,
definitely.
Correct?
Yep.
The Titans, Webb, are getting points from the Bengals. Why do people love the Bengals? Why do people?
I don't know.
The Bengals, look, I love Joe Burrow.
Right.
They're a good team. They've turned things around. They're 6-4. They went to the Super Bowl last year. They're doing all the things.
They're in a good spot.
Now they're laying points to Tennessee, who's 7-3 on the road.
Yeah,
I'm taking the Titans.
I had no problem with that. I did look at that. +3, -115, a little juice on it. Let's start here. The first one I have on the list is the Ravens -3.5 in Jacksonville, over 43.5. I don't have any. I hate the fucking Ravens. I hope that they lose.
We can skip it.
All right. What's the next one here is Denver -1.5 in Carolina.
You guys, Sam Darnold is getting a nod this week.
Darnold, baby. I punt on that too. Both teams are
3-8 and 3-7. Unbelievable how bad these teams are.
Atlanta in Washington 40.5 and Washington -4.
Our all Moxie team.
Yeah. Well, what's this? Kyle Pitts is out for the year, right? He had MCL.
I don't know.
All right, we can
But-
punt. Don't matter. I don't care. I would take Washington maybe, but Atlanta seems to be in every game.
Yep.
Tampa Bay -3.5 in Cleveland and 42.
I think buy the half again and
The Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
Cool.
They seem to be
Rounding into form.
getting their thing a little bit better.
Yeah.
They had a rocky road there during the divorce, but now that things are finalized, I think things are getting better.
We got Houston +14 in Miami and 47. I mean, it's possible to go to. I mean, what do you think about the Dolphins?
It's a lot of points, man. But,
Yeah,
but they're 1-8-1. Like the other team is 1-8-1.
Right. And they just benched whatever the guy's name is, Davis Mills.
Who's their backup?
I don't know. I don't think that they're even thinking about that at this point.
What about the Jets and the Bears, Webb?
That's the Mike White.
Yeah, I mean the Bears. That's Jets. 6 points is a lot for the Jets to lay to anybody, if you ask me.
They got a good defense. The Jets. I guess so do the Bears. 30. I mean, what do you want to take 6?
Yeah.
All right, fuck it.
Fields makes a couple plays.
Yeah.
They've kept every game close. They haven't lost by more than 3 points since
Dallas.
the end of October against Dallas.
Yeah. Next one, we talked about this, Seattle, Vegas. I don't know what's going on in Las Vegas. I don't know. I think they're just purging the bad juju from what's his name, from Chucky. So we would Seahawks -3 on a bye.
What about the Chargers? Boy, the fucking Cardinals, they suck.
They do right.
And then
they got one player. They have one.
I'm watching the mid-season Hard Knocks, Web.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess apparently one of their coordinators or one of their coaches, that last game last week was down in Mexico.
Yes.
And dude ends up getting in trouble for something. They sent him home, fired him. But they no mention. Only thing to mention on the show was had a rough night yesterday. Head assistant coach, whatever, got in trouble and sent home. And there'll be more on this. Nothing. I want to know what the guy did.
Groping.
Tell us what the fuck he did in Mexico. Who knows what the fuck he was doing?
Right. To get in trouble in Mexico, that's a big deal.
Yeah. You get married, you get in trouble in Mexico City, you're fucking doing something.
Hold that thought. Before we hang out, I want to talk about the other guy got the DUI driving home from the plane ride.
Yeah.
All right, where we do? So we taking the Chargers?
Yeah, let's take the Chargers.
Yeah, I think they can't play worse. I mean, that got to fire that coach. Now the Rams. Their quarterback is some dude named Perkins. They're getting 15.5 in Kansas City. I don't see the advantage of Kansas City winning the game by 25 points.
Well, how about this? The total is 42.
Right.
Is Kansas City gonna put up 30?
Right.
Probably. They put up 30 on everybody, right?
Definitely gonna score 4 times.
Right.
You know.
I kind of like the over. I'll take the over in the Chiefs at 42.
Sure. Right. I mean, you're banking on we're really playing for 14.
Can the other team score 12?
Right. Not yet. 31-10, 31-13.
Gets us in the ballpark. Just
right. And then this is another one. I don't know what to go is. Your Saints +9.5 and 43 in San Francisco. And what's Jameis saying? Jameis is whining that he lost his job due to
Jameis not really whining. He's just saying, "Look, man, I'm here. Look, I've been on Jameis. I'm with Jameis. He wasn't whining. He's just saying what's going on. He got fucked. That's what it's saying. And his team sucks. Andy Dalton played good. He played good last week. But
that's
he plays good 1 out of every 3 fucking games. And that's why
correct.
you're 3 and fucking whatever the fuck.
That's why he's a backup.
Right. That's why you're 4-7. Because Andy Dalton's been in since game 3, and you're playing, and he plays good once out of every fucking 3 games.
Yeah.
It's exactly what you get. And you know what? San Francisco is going to win the fucking Super Bowl. You heard it. This is the second week that you fucking heard it. Right. And I'm saying it again.
I don't know about that. But 10
points is a lot of fucking points. But the Saints ain't fucking winning. The Saints ain't winning this game. Not one fucking chance in hell.
I don't even think this. How many points can this? Now the total on this game is 43. So that says Saints are going to score something.
Saints have been scoring. Saints have been scoring.
All right, let's stay away then. I don't care.
All right. I would take the Niners if we're going to take somebody, but I definitely ain't taking it. I'm not even taking 10. You know me with the Saints. I'll be like, oh, you take Saints are getting 10. I'm on it. I'm not on this. I'm not on it.
Gotcha. Sunday night we got a Packers plus 6.5 in Philly over 46.5. I mean, this is Philly for me, easy.
Yeah, Philly and over as long as it's not snowing. I'll take Philly.
Yeah, 46.5 seems high. Packers could shit the bed and not score.
All right, well, they'll just take Philly then.
Packers might not score, man.
All right. Now it's coming out. Your boy's got a broken thumb or something.
Yeah, right. Yeah, they say it now.
After the 4-7.
Oh, by the way,
I guess we'll let out this secret now.
Yeah,
I've been playing with a broken thumb.
Right.
All right. Monday night, Steelers and Colts.
This is wacky too. Colts minus 2.5 and over 39. I mean, I have no feeling. I would, I don't know.
I say go Colts. Colts at home minus 2.5. We'll go with Jeff Saturday. Hope he gets a win.
Why not? That's a good idea. Perfect.
He almost got 2 wins, but he got fucking nipped by the Eagles last week, right?
Yep.
All right, so that's our NFL picks. Seattle Titans, Bucks, Bears, Chargers, over Chiefs, Philly, Colts. You want to talk about taking an Uber home from the plane?
So once our Moxie guy, I never knew this, and this to me is almost shocking, that you can't, that's why Tyler Heineke had to make his own fucking little makeshift cooler, because you can't, or you're not supposed to, drink on the plane, I guess, when you're flying home. Teams aren't supposed to have alcohol on the planes. I did not know that. That to me is borderline shocking. So that's why Tyler Heineke had to make his own makeshift Bud Light cooler there on that plane ride home from wherever they beat somebody, whoever they beat. So the Titans, the coach, assistant, it's the offensive coordinator. Who did they beat? Did they beat the Vikings? No, it couldn't have been the Vikings. The Bills.
It was a big game. It was a big game.
It was the Bills in Buffalo, right? Wasn't it? In Denver, in Detroit, because the game got moved, or maybe not. No, that
wasn't the time. It might have been the one in Denver. Was it the game they won in Denver?
I don't know.
It was a night game.
Whatever.
The Packers. The Packers. It was the Packers.
That's right. They beat the Packers, right? So this dude, I guess, gets all fucked up on the plane, go flying home, and then when they get to the airport, he drives his car home. Like, is there not an assistant, like a quality control coach, or like the head coach say, dude, listen, you fucked up. It's all good.
The manager, the ball boy couldn't be like, hey, I'll give you a ride home.
Right, I'll just drive you.
I'm sure he'd be happy to.
Right. And I'm sure there's like 5 of them that live around the corner from each other. Or they use the same person, that the same rep for the team gets them all their housing. Like, or just say, dude, just hop in a new or whatever. Like, I don't. I must have been pretty banged up on that plane ride to drive to get DW on the plane home. So anyway, I don't understand why. First of all, that you can't drink on a plane if you play for an NFL team, and second of all, why. And I'm sure, I know that they have a plan in place for the players. Like, if you're fucked up, no questions asked. Call this number. There's going to be a black SUV picking you up, blacked out windows. No one's going to see shit. Get in the car. We'll get you home, or we'll get the car. So it's ponderous to me, as I knock on wood, how these guys cannot still continually do this shit.
As we head out to the bar to watch the soccer game today.
Right.
But yeah.
Anyway,
agreed.
That's why I'm off.
Agreed.
Anyway,
how many times does this have to happen before just dudes are like, listen?
Right. Like, literally, they tell you, like, and I'm sure this dude has had a speech with players umpteen times. Like, listen, whatever you guys do, we'll send a car. No one cares.
Honestly, in hindsight, Webb, though, I can see why alcohol is not allowed on a plane for an NFL team on the way home from a dude. There would be some serious ruckuses, like after a tough loss, and some dudes on a 3.5-hour flight and get some liquor in them. Right. You might be having to take emergency landings a lot.
Right, exactly. Like offense. Yeah. You might be right.
In hindsight,
you might be right.
I think Zach Wilson might have had to get his ass beat a week ago from the defense. Right. So in hindsight, maybe they shouldn't allow booze on the planes. Only after wins. Right. And even still, those dudes might fucking.
Right. And it might even turn.
Right. You stole my spot, asshole.
Yeah, some motherfucker. I didn't get the ball.
All right. Those are our picks for the week. Seattle Titans, Bucks, Bears, Chargers, over Chiefs, Phillies, Colts. Philly, Colts. Tennessee, ECU, Illinois, Wake, TCU, LSU, SC, Bama today. Baylor, Eastern Michigan, over North Carolina, UCLA. And whether you're rooting for the USA or going for the easy money with England, good luck to you today.
That's right.
Hope you get it. Hope you get the tie you're looking for. Thank you, Wilbur Investigations, MN3 Technologies, Buffalo Grill in Little Rock, Arkansas. John Grove for the bumper music, and everybody else for listening. Rev G, congrats. Keep it going. Couple more weeks. Maybe we'll have you on as the expert college bowl picker. And Webb, take us out.
Brick by brick, baby. Thanks, everybody, for listening. Debbie's going to tell you about the YouTube situation. Make sure you do that shit. Rev G, keep it going, brother. Good for you. And you're welcome.
Hey guys, it's Devin. Make sure you subscribe to the Wager Makers podcast on YouTube, like all their videos, and click that bell so that you turn on your post notifications and you never miss another video.